A very good afternoon. I'm Sarita. Today again, I'm here with all of you with the second part of this lesson, Footprints Without Feet. In the last session, I was talking with you about the characters of the story, about the author of the story, and I gave you an idea, a brief review of this lesson. This lesson have been taken from the novel An Invisible Man, written by H.G. Wells. So now I will continue this summary. So this is the second session of this lesson, Footprints Without Feet. In the first session, we came to know about the characters, about the author, and a brief review of the story. And now the second session begins. Now we were there. Griffin, he reached Iping and he was staying in Mr. and Mrs. Hall's inn, and Mrs. Hall was demanding money from Griffin so that he can pay her his full rent to her. But he was out of money, so he told her that definitely he'll pay her and he's expecting some money. So Mrs. Hall, she was anxious to have her money, but still she didn't say anything. And on the same night, something happened strange in Iping. What was that? Mr. Bunting, he was a clergyman, and actually in his house there was a theft. Someone came and have taken all the money was kept there. And being a very township kind of place, this Iping, everybody was aware of it that something strange have happened in the house of the clergyman. And what happened? About the theft, everybody was aware of it. And Mr. Bunting, he was telling Mr. and Mrs. Hall about that theft, that somebody came and the thief took all the money, but the thief was not visible. And now this was quite strange kind of thing, because it was very, very strange thing that how is it possible? If somebody came there and Mr. Bunting, the clergyman was there, but he couldn't see anyone. It was quite strange, but still, they were trying to find out the reason, what happens. Then suddenly Mrs. Hall, she reminded of the stranger, Griffin. She reminded of him because he came in the morning and he gave money to her. Now Mr. and Mrs. Hall, they were thinking, how is it possible? The previous day, this Griffin was telling he's expecting money, but he didn't get yet. How he was able to pay her money? So now they decided to go to Miss Griffin's room and just to talk to him about it. But when they went there, what they saw, the door of the room was a little bit open. Actually, generally, he used to keep the door shut all the time. But that particular day, the door was opened a little bit. So now Mrs. Hall, she started peeping into the room. When she was peeping into the room, what she saw? She saw the bed sheets were disturbed. It means someone was there. And the furniture, it was moving from here and there. It was quite strange for her. And she thought maybe this man who's staying in that room have done something with the spirits. That's why this furniture and everything is moving like this. It was quite strange thing for her. And then she was just looking into the room, and suddenly somebody took the chair of her mother, which was kept in that room. He just threw that chair and the door was slammed very fast. And now Mrs. Hall, she started crying. She was feeling so bad. And she was feeling scared also. And Mr. and Mrs. Hall, both were talking, and then suddenly they saw Griffin. And now it was a quite shocking kind of thing for them. Because Griffin did not enter into the room. And Griffin's room was empty when they were peeping into the room. But now, how Griffin can come out of that room? And now everything was very strange, and it was quite a peculiar kind of things were happening there. And when Mrs. Hall asked him, Griffin got short-tempered. He got annoyed. He got angry. He said, "Are you questioning me? Don't you know who I am?" And then Mrs. Hall, she was scared and she was annoyed a little bit also. And then suddenly because of that theft, the Jeffers, the constable in the village was already called for that, to find out the reason, to find out the thief, to catch the thief. And then Mr. and Mrs. Hall, they were having discussion with this argument, not discussion, they were having an argument with Griffin. He started putting off his clothes, and the moment he started putting off his clothes, by the time he was removing his clothes, he was getting invisible. And everyone who was there at the inn was quite surprised and shocked to see him like a man without head. But suddenly he removed his all clothes and he became invisible. Now everybody was aware of it, like something is really strange and wrong. And then Jeffers, the constable of that Iping village, he was after Griffin to catch him, and he was trying to get a clutch of him, but he was not able to do that because he was invisible. And then he struck with that Griffin for once, but still he couldn't catch him. But now everyone was aware of it, that there is an invisible man in the Iping. Actually, dear friends, the story is not ended here. I already told it's a part of the novel An Invisible Man. And an invisible man, now the invisible man was known by everyone that someone is invisible there. But what happened with him? Where did he go? So, did he invent the antidote? All these questions, the answer for that, we need to read the novel An Invisible Man. And in the next session, I will be discussing about the whole story of this novel. Thank you and have a nice day.